Yep, so welcome everybody to the District 4 Draft Tentative Work Program public hearing. I'd like to introduce you to Guillermo Canedo, and he's going to take us through the presentation tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the Florida Department of Transportation District 4 public hearing and webinar. Tonight, we will present the Draft Tentative Work Program for projects in Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County, along with the Florida's Turnpike projects in this region, programmed between July 1, 2019 and June 30, 2024. Today is December 6, 2018. The time is now 6:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Guillermo Canedo. I am the Deputy Public Information Director for the Florida Department of Transportation District 4, and I'll be the moderator for tonight's hearing. This public hearing is being conducted pursuant to Florida Statute 339.135.4. The purpose of this hearing is to consider the department's draft tentative work program, which addresses the scheduling or programming for funding of the various phases of each project in the upcoming 5-year period, and to receive public comments to those schedules. This hearing was advertised in the Florida Administrative Register, in local media, and posted on the Florida Department of Transportation website. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Any persons or beneficiary who believe they have been subjected to discrimination may file a written complaint to the Florida Department of Transportation Equal Opportunity Office at 605 Suwannee Street, Tallahassee, Florida, 32399-4045. Or you may contact the district's Title VI coordinator at Florida Department of Transportation District 4, Title VI Program Office, 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309-3421. The format of tonight's hearing is a webinar. If you are joining us, then you have either registered and are attending online or via the GoTo app, or you are present at the District 4 headquarters in Fort Lauderdale. If you're using the GoTo app, you may need to switch between views to see both the presentation and the speaker. Tonight's agenda will include a welcome from District Secretary Jerry O'Reilly, a presentation that explains the FDOT's work program process, and a presentation of select projects included in the draft tentative work program for the 5-county region. After the presentations, we will open the hearing to receive comments and questions from the public regarding the material presented tonight. While participation in this webcast is slightly different than a traditional public hearing, we do encourage your questions and comments, which may be submitted in several ways. Persons attending from a computer can submit a written question or comment to the questions box in the webinar menu on your screen. Also, in order to hear this presentation, you will need to select either the mic and speakers box or telephone option. If you have selected the telephone option, you must call into the phone number indicated. Please note, all of your microphones are muted. Staff will compile the online questions and comments, and we read them for the benefit of everyone attending. Persons attending at the District 4 headquarters may provide written or verbal comments. Please fill out a comment card and pass it along to one of our staff. If you wish to make a comment verbally, we will call you up to the microphone at that time. If you wish to submit your comments or questions in writing, hand those to our staff, and they will be included in the record of this webinar. We will continue to accept comments through the webinar question box until the public hearing ends this evening. After tonight's hearing, we will accept written comments for 10 days. Those comments should be sent to Mr. Jerry O'Reilly, PE, District 4 Secretary. They can be emailed to jerry.o'reilly@dot.state.fl.us, or you can send them by U.S. mail to Jerry O'Reilly, PE, District 4 Secretary, FDOT District 4, 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309, 2019-3421. All comments and questions received after tonight will be responded to within 7 days. Meeting materials for this hearing, including an entire list of proposed projects for the 5-county region, can be found on FDOT's website at the address shown on this slide. This hearing is being recorded and will be available on this website by December 14th, 2018. With these introductory items taken care of, we will now have a welcome from FDOT District 4 Secretary, Jerry O'Reilly. Jerry?
Thank you very much, Guillermo, or Billy. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry O'Reilly, District Secretary, District 4. I'm glad to be here and to talk about the work program public hearing for both Florida's Department of Transportation District 4 and Florida's Turnpike. Thank you, everybody. We've got several people in person here in the room and people on the webinar. So each year, the department, in conjunction with our partners, develops a program of all the projects that the department can fund over the next 5 years. And we're here to present that program that's been developed. It's the culmination of months of work by all the transportation agencies in our region, in our 5 counties. And so a lot of work has gone into this. We've received priority listings from each of the agencies. So we have the Broward MPO, and we have Peter Geese here present. Thank you very much for coming, Peter. I'm in here tonight. We have the TPA in Palm Beach, the TPO in St. Lucie County, and the MPO in Martin and Indian River counties, all part of this, and have all worked hard over several months to put this together. So we appreciate all the work everybody's done. During the presentation, we're going to highlight some of the major projects that are in our program, plus other projects to show you in each of the 5 counties. As you would expect in any plan like this, needs greatly exceed the money available. So we always have a delicate balancing act between maintaining what we have, improving the safety for all users of the network, and also expanding the network where appropriate. The life cycle of a project is very long, so you'll see some slides in the work program presentation, right, that explains the life cycle of a project. And that's important. As we program different phases, we want to make sure we move a project through that as efficiently as possible and use the monies we have as expeditiously as we can. We all have several priorities, both our partners and ourselves, but foremost among those is safety. So safety is of every user of our system, pedestrians, cyclists, drivers, truck drivers, everybody. But safety is the paramount thing. We also strive to try and efficiently move people and goods as best we can and improve mobility. So this program you're going to see tonight has many different fund types in it, mainly state and federal funds, some local funds. These are projects, there are a lot of projects that mainly District 4 DOT will plan, design, and construct, and they're typically roadway projects, bridge projects, interstate jobs. But there's also a lot of other projects there that are mainly for our transportation partners. So we would give grants to these different agencies, and they would develop transportation projects. And that includes all the transit agencies in each of our area, the major airports and seaports. And also, we've got Tri-Rail in our corridor. The SFRTA operates Tri-Rail. The majority of their operating funds comes through the Department of Transportation. So I encourage you all to participate in the process. If you're on the webinar, you have the ability to submit questions. If you have some, please submit them, or anybody in the room, submit questions, and we will do our best to answer them. So thank you all for taking the time to participate tonight, and we will move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. We will now see a presentation explaining FDOT's work program process. Again, if you're using the GoTo app, you may need to switch views to the video. Go ahead. Working in conjunction with the metropolitan and transportation planning organizations and agencies in the region, the department funds a variety of programs and projects to improve the overall transportation network. The programs usually impact multiple travel modes, facilities, and counties. One such program focuses on our congested interstates. The department is building a network of express lanes and express bus service on I-95, I-595, and I-75. The department will continue to fund the operations of the express bus system in the region. In Broward County, the I-595, I-75, I-95 express lane improvements are actively providing congestion relief. The work program includes repayment of these improvements. Also included in the draft tentative work program is the construction of Southwest 10th Street from the Sawgrass Expressway to I-95. Now we will see a short video regarding Southwest 10th Street. Transportation Systems Management and Operations, known as TSM&O, is the application of IT-based traffic control, monitoring, and information systems and strategies to improve the reliability and the safety of a transportation network. These systems include traffic signal control facilitating auto, transit, and pedestrian and bicyclist mobility on arterials, and incident management, ramp signaling, and express lanes on limited access facilities. TSM&O is very cost effective and is increasingly seen as the only practical alternative to physically increasing transportation network capacity in densely developed, congested urban areas. The department recognizes TSM&O's importance to mobility and is applying it systematically and strategically in the district. Rail passenger service is also a key component in enhancing the transportation choices of South Florida. The department continues to assist the South Florida Regional Transportation Authority, SFRTA, by providing operating funds for Tri-Rail. This funding includes the maintenance and dispatch of the South Florida Rail Corridor by SFRTA. Design funds are allocated for the last section of the South Florida Rail Corridor, double tracking over the Miami River, and additional funding will support a new Tri-Rail station in Boca Raton. We will now highlight projects included in the draft tentative work program for each of the 5 counties in the district. Each of our counties is represented by a Metropolitan Planning Organization, or MPO, a federally mandated and federally funded transportation policymaking organization made up of representatives from local governments and governmental transportation authorities. The MPOs, or TPO as it is known in St. Lucie County, or TPA as it is known in Palm Beach County, provide an annual list of prioritized projects which form the basis of the development of the draft tentative work program. The Broward MPO continues to focus on operational improvements, transit projects, pedestrian and bicycle facilities, and congestion relief projects throughout the county, along with long-term strategic planning at the MPO level. While our roadways are efficient for moving a high volume of cars, operational improvements are needed on key corridors to enhance the movement of buses and improve safety and mobility for bicyclists and pedestrians. The department is working closely with the MPO and local partners to develop and ultimately implement improvements that will enhance the transit experience through travel time savings, improved reliability, better accessibility, and enhanced safety. Studies indicate the need for improvements such as intersection improvements, priority for buses at traffic signals, and last mile connectivity and mobility hubs. The corridors where projects are currently programmed include Oakland Park Boulevard, State Road 7 US 441, Hollywood Pines Boulevard, University Drive. The mobility hub for I-95 and Cypress Creek is also programmed for construction. We're also continuing a partnership with the Broward MPO referred to as Complete Streets Localized Initiatives Program, CSLIP, addressing local concerns. Many new phases of projects from the CSLIP program are included in the draft tentative work program, including but not limited to Hollandale Beach Boulevard Adaptive Signal Control, sidewalks in Hollywood, Davie Boulevard Extension / Peters Road, Lauderdale Lakes Traffic Calming, Bonaventure Boulevard Bike Lanes, Miramar Complete Streets, Broward County Fiber and Signal Network, Northwest 13th Avenue improvements in Oakland Park, Complete Streets on Northwest 1st Street in Dania Beach, Orange Drive sidewalks in Davie, and sidewalks in the city of Fort Lauderdale neighborhood. These new phases of projects are in addition to prior year CSLIP phases of projects still included in the department draft tentative work program. The department will work with the MPO on a number of roadway corridors, including construction of 6-lane University Drive, which includes bicycle and pedestrian facilities, a design and construction project to improve A1A in Hillsborough Beach, a state environmental impact report, SEIR, at the intersection of US 1 Sunrise Boulevard and Gateway in Fort Lauderdale, a project development and environment, PD&E, to study the Pines Boulevard and Flamingo Road intersection, and a PD&E study to evaluate 6-laning Pines Boulevard from US 27 to Northwest 196th Avenue. Transportation is not just about moving people. It is also about moving freight and goods throughout the county and the state. The draft tentative work program includes funding for dredging and widening within Port Everglades and expanding the Southport turning notch. The department will also provide funding for major transportation improvements at our airports. Funding is programmed to help pay for many improvements, such as an automated people mover circulator, taxiway rehabs, and runway rehabs, among other items at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, North Perry Airport, and Pompano Beach Airport. Working with the Palm Beach TPA, the department will design and construct several major transportation improvements in the next 5 years. Design, and in many cases construction, is planned for many of the I-95 interchanges in Palm Beach County, including but not limited to Gateway, Boynton Beach Boulevard, PGA Boulevard, North Lake Boulevard, and 6th Avenue and Belvedere. In addition, a managed lane study extending the managed lanes from Linton Boulevard to Okeechobee has been programmed for PD&E. Arterial roadway improvements continue progressing in Palm Beach County. Widening along Beeline Highway and North Lake Boulevard to Blue Heron Boulevard is funded through the construction phase. All phases are programmed for the widening of State Road 806 Atlantic Avenue from State Road 7 to west of Lyons Road, along with the environmental design phases of State Road 806 Atlantic Avenue from Lyons Road to Jog Road. Additionally, the department is partnering with the TPA and has programmed the design for a complete streets project on US 1 from 59th Street to North Lake Boulevard. Many new phases of projects from the TPA's Local Initiatives Program are included in the draft tentative work program, including but not limited to bike lanes, sidewalks, and/or trails along the following: Clear Lake Trail, Dillman Trail, County Road A1A, Wellington at various locations, Lyons Road, Westgate Avenue, Parker Avenue, Germantown Road, and traffic control improvements within the city of Boca Raton. These new phases of projects are in addition to prior year local initiative phases of projects still included in the department draft tentative work program. Funding is programmed for the replacement of the US 1 bridge in Jupiter from County Road A1A to Beach Road. Additional transit support from the TPA's local initiative program include trolley purchases and the new transit shelters in various locations throughout the county. To enhance operation of other major roadways, the department will be increasing its interaction with the Palm Beach County Traffic Division to identify operational needs and develop mobility improvement projects. Fiber optic cable installation along various roadways and vehicle detection at various signalized intersections around the county are included. Current and future construction on I-95 will provide significant congestion relief to move goods within and through Palm Beach County, and continued improved access to and from the Port of Palm Beach. The department is also providing funding to the port to provide upland cargo improvements and Peanut Island mitigation. The department will provide funding for major transportation improvements at local airports, projects to redevelop the maintenance compound and taxiways at Palm Beach International Airport, along with the funding for Concourse B expansion, are programmed. Funding for a variety of projects is also included for the Boca Raton Airport, North Palm Beach County Airport, Palm Beach County Glades Airport in Pahokee, and Belle Glade Airport. Working with the Martin and Indian River MPOs and St. Lucie TPO, the department will construct several major roadway improvements in the next 5 years in the Treasure Coast. Funding has been programmed through construction for the 2 to 4 lane widening of State Road 714 Southwest Martin Highway from Citrus Boulevard to Southwest Martin Downs Boulevard. A number of project development and environment studies, PD&E studies, continue to remain programmed, including County Road 713 High Meadow Avenue, Cove Road, and Willoughby Boulevard. We will work with Martin County to resurface several local roadways already in the draft tentative work program, and also included our new resurfacing projects, Northeast Jensen Boulevard and Martin Highway. Additionally, we will look at feasibility studies for pedestrian and bike mobility on Northeast Dixie Highway, Northwest Alice Street, and Southeast Pedway Street, and at the confluence of Monterey Road, Dixie Highway, Palm Beach Road. Traffic signal improvements are programmed for design for US 1 at Baker Road, US 1 at Northwest North River Shores Boulevard, and US 1 at Northwest Sunset Boulevard. We continue to work with Martin County to improve Witham Field. Funding has been programmed to improve taxiways and assist with the costs associated with the airfield electrical vault. In St. Lucie County, the department will widen State Road 713 Kings Highway from I-95 overpass to St. Lucie Boulevard, along with beginning the design phase from St. Lucie Boulevard to Indrio Road. Right-of-way continues to be funded for the western section of Midway Road. Construction is funded along Port St. Lucie Boulevard from Alcantara Boulevard to south of Darwin Boulevard, while design and right-of-way phases along Port St. Lucie Boulevard from Becker to Alcantara are underway and or are programmed. Ultimate improvements to the I-95 St. Lucie West Interchange and a park and ride lot along Gatlin Boulevard near I-95 are also funded. Intersection improvements are slated for State Road 5 US 1 at State Road 70 Virginia Avenue. Advanced traffic management systems are being designed and constructed in a countywide project along State Road 70 and US 1. New congestion mitigation projects at Prima Vista Boulevard, Erosa Boulevard, and along Gatlin Boulevard from I-95 to Port St. Lucie Boulevard are programmed for construction with the City of Port St. Lucie. The department will replace one bridge in the next 5 years, the State Road A1A North Bridge over the Intracoastal Waterway in Fort Pierce. Funding has been programmed for improvements at St. Lucie County International Airport. These include construction of signage, lighting, and micro resurfacing. In Indian River County, we continue making progress towards widening a portion of 82nd Avenue and Oslo Road, both actively under design and right of way. The new I-95 Oslo Road interchange is funded for construction. Design is underway and right of way is programmed for widening County Road 510 from 2 to 4 lanes from County Road 512 to 58th Avenue. Also, the section of County Road 510 from 58th Avenue to US 1 and the intersection of US 1 and Aviation Boulevard are programmed for project development, environment, PD&E studies, and design. The design is underway for the 6 laning of US 1 from 53rd Street to County Road 510. And the right-of-way is funded for the section from 69th Street to County Road 510. A congestion mitigation project focusing on turn lanes along A1A US 1 and a congestion mitigation project partnering with the county on traffic signal technology updates are programmed for construction. Funding is provided to replace the local bridge on County Road 612 over the lateral C canal. Funding will be provided to Indian River County to resurface existing projects in the draft tentative work program along with the new one added. That's 43rd Avenue. Funding has been programmed for continued improvements to both the Vero Beach and Sebastian airports. That concludes our presentation. We will now open the floor for comments and questions. As I mentioned before, comments and questions can be submitted in writing from those of you attending online and those of you in person at the District 4 headquarters. If you are online, written comments can be submitted through the questions box in the webinar menu on your screen. Depending on the electronic device you're using, your screen may resemble one of these examples. You may need to click on a question icon. Also, if your menu has collapsed, you can reopen it by clicking on the red arrow. Again, while the webinar menu says questions, you can also submit comments pertaining to the information presented tonight. Those of you that will be making verbal comments, please start your comments by stating your name, agency or organization you are representing, if any, and your city of residence. Also, we ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes so that everyone will have a chance to speak. We will take the questions and comments in the order that they are received. I would like to now introduce Leslie Weatherall, the District 4 Program Management Administrator, who will respond to the questions tonight. All right, now we can get started with the first questions. And Leslie, it's all yours.
Thank you, Guillermo. At this time, we'd like to open it up for any questions or comments from the audience here in the District 4 headquarters. Excuse me. Do we have any today? Okay, so I'll make sure I give everybody an opportunity. Seeing no more questions or comments here at the District 4 headquarters, I'm turning to the support team to see if we have any questions in the webinar. Okay. Seeing that we don't have any questions from the webinar either, I'll close the opportunity for any comments or questions and turn it back over to Guillermo. Thank you.
The Florida Department of Transportation thanks you for participating in tonight's District 4 Draft Tentative Work Program public hearing for the fiscal years between July 2019 and June 30th, 2024. After tonight, we will continue to accept comments and questions for 10 days by email or U.S. mail and addressed to Mr. Jerry O'Reilly at the addresses shown on this slide. These are the same addresses we referred to previously. Tonight's hearing has been recorded and will be posted by December 14, 2018 on the FDOT website at the address shown on this slide. It is now 7:09. Presentations have concluded and there are no further questions or comments from the public. The FDOT District 4 Draft Tentative Work Program public hearing is now adjourned. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation, I thank you for participating tonight. Thank you.